This show is clean, pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 640. Hello, it's Mike Matthews, broadcasting from the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today, we hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, plus the return of the feature Into It interview, where I speak with Fredrik Solfors, the lead singer of the Swedish band KINETICS. And there is a famous music festival, Mike's Daily Podcast, that has decided to do some forgiving, even though people think, what the hell? Mike's Daily Podcast. Because the person that they're forgiving ended up trashing them, and that wasn't very nice. Yesterday's show, we had some people stop by, including Catherine Katz, the girl that I'm in love with from the TV show Doc Martin. Many of you don't know that show, but you know who Dolly Parton is, interestingly enough. Yes, we flew Mike's Daily Podcast to the Pandora building, where Pandora comes out of Pandora Radio. They're very close to us here, Mike's in Podcastro Valley. Daily. They're right over there in Oakland. Podcast. So why aren't I working there is the question. Yeah! Maybe because of yesterday's show. So check out yesterday's show. That would have been episode 639. It was a hoot. But I want to ask you, do you think it's fair? Do you think it's fair that when you eat a big meal, in order to not get fat, you've got to work out a big amount workout? Just, climbing ropes. And does anybody climb ropes anymore? Squats and running in place. Does anybody run in place anymore? Jumping jacks. You know what's really good for you is jump rope. I really got to get myself a jump rope, although I'm highly uncoordinated and I can't even do that. But it's just so not fair. It does not work out for eaters, this world that we live in, that you've got to work out about. It works out a lot for people that are workouters, that are fitness crazed exerciser types. This world is great for them. So, just thought I would ruminate on that. Hey, here's something else I was thinking about. The fact that I would be so much more successful and I would have so much more money and be employed by many more radio stations and have more listeners if I only knew jack about sports. I don't care about them. I really don't. I love it that people are into it and there are big celebrations and people tailgate and eat all kinds of great food and then they have a great time at the games, cheering on the what do you call them, teams. But I don't care. If I did, people would be... So there's this radio station here in the Bay Area called KNBR, and it is huge. Every white male that's over 40 listens to this station. That's all when I tell guys, older guy, my age guys, thanks Mike for aging yourself. So my age guys, when I tell them, hey, I do a podcast, what do they say? They don't go, oh, that's fascinating, I'll listen to your show sometime. No, they go, I listen to KNBR. I listen to sports radio. Oh, and then a part of me just dies when I hear that. How can you listen to that dribble? Basketball players dribble. I knew that. Yes, I think that it is just to each his own, right? But still, it makes me sad. Nobody cares about this podcast because I don't go on and on about whoever's the football player, baseball player, whatever. Don't know anything. But I can tell you that a really good tailgate meal would be hot sausages, hot links. Easy to cook and so delicious and filling and then make you stay in the bathroom for 3 days. Look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing?
And it's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
Football is a great sport. We love football. In the South, we always say roll tide and stuff like that. People love the football.
Yes, it's crazy. People love football so much down there. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, college football, though.
Of course.
Yeah, so, Mike, you should be into some kind of sport. What do you like? Do you like figure skating or something?
What would make you assume that I like figure skating? Okay, everybody, when the Winter Olympics roll around every 4 years, they get into the figure skating. But now, I am not, because I am not watching the Olympics at all.
Don't you like watching like the bobsled and the luge?
No, I like those words though. Like luge is a cool word, but I don't watch the Olympics even. I can't even get into that a little bit. It is interesting for a little bit, and then I'm like, I watched 300 commercials about Dan and yogurt. I think I'm done watching.
Okay, well, you know what? To each his own.
I think that's what the theme is of today's show. Benita, do you enjoy sports? I like watching the rodeo. Uh-huh. And the parts where the guys are getting thrown off of bulls? That's fun. Uh-huh. And you like watching the Cowboys as they leave the stadium? I like looking at their hot butts. Wow. Disgruntled Fiddle Player, did you know about that?
Oh, yeah. She smacks my hiney many times a day.
Oh, wonderful. Well, someone else should walk in at this point.
Hello there, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster.
Brewmaster, what root beer did you make today?
Well, because I heard that you don't like to work out, I made a very low-calorie root beer.
Oh, you're pouring it right now. Wow, that looks to be water, actually.
It's water. Root beer.
It looks like it's just water, actually.
No calories. Oh, boy.
Well, thanks for thinking of me. So, this is something interesting. So, when I lived in the South, people were all excited about Bonnaroo. Bonnaroo takes place in Tennessee, right? Manchester, Tennessee. It goes from June 12th through the 15th. So, the interesting news today from RollingStone.com is that they have announced their lineup, and one of the people on the lineup is Kanye West. Why is that interesting? Well, in 2008, Kanye walked on stage late at 4:45 in the morning, delivered an underwhelming set, and then 9 days later slammed the festival organizers on his blog for giving him a daytime slot that ran counter to his glow-in-the-dark tour stage setup. Yeah, because that was the tour where he had a UFO come down and there was aliens involved. It was quite extravagant. But that's all apparently in the past. In a new interview with Relics, Bonnaroo promoter Rick Farman explained why they tapped the rapper to headline this year's festival. Quote, "Everyone has moved on. It's in the past. We're happy he wants to come back to Bonnaroo and is embracing this. It's a great opportunity for everyone to look forward, and we think it's a great opportunity for the Bonnaroo community to show what it's made of," which is mainly a lot of hot, hippie Southern girls, scantily clad, dancing all day and night. Not that I've ever been there. Farman also cited the most obvious reason for bringing the rapper back, his music. He called West one of the most prolific and groundbreaking artists of his generation. You know, I would like Kanye better if he didn't use the MF word all the time. Just tone that, take that out of your songs. Or at least don't have him every 30 seconds in your songs. That's all I'm asking, Kanye. He takes a lot of chances, says Farman. His name's Farman. He's a farman. And he's out in the middle of the farms. Okay, I am the only person that found that interesting. He takes a lot of chances, he says, and he's adventurous with the live space. All those things are what Bonnaroo performers are about. Live space versus dead space, I guess. 6 years ago, West had some choice caps-locked words for Farman and other Bonnaroo promoters. And he said something, well, I will paraphrase, "We are obviously dealing with bleep idiots who didn't really have the capacity to really put on this show properly. They tried to give me a time slot where it was still light outside. I have a bleep light show. Dumb bleep. It's not called glow in the dark for no reason, squid brains." All right, so who else is going to be at this Tennessee festival along with Kanye West? Let's see. There's Elton John, Jack White, who spends much of his time in Tennessee and Nashville. Lionel Richie, Vampire Weekend, The Flaming Lips, Skrillex. Ugh. Phoenix is going to be there. Let's hear it for Phoenix and those French rockers. Lauryn Hill. Wow. Ice Cube, Cage the Elephant, and many more, including Bobby Womack. Wow. So get ready, all you people in the South, all you 20-somethings, all you hipsters that like to get all muddy and dehydrated and have a fun time out there at Bonnaroo. How come I don't see Blues Traveler on this list?
Mark, there's no such thing as a hippie Southern girl.
I beg to differ. Mark, it's true. Us Southern girls, we don't get all hippie and stuff. That's something y'all do in the Bay Area. No, I've seen them. When I was in the South, I saw hippies. They're interesting. I loved it. Bizarre hippie South culture. Yeah, you imagined it. Bye, I gotta buy some patchouli. Oh, God, I hate that stuff. Well, what do you think of this Bonnaroo? Have you ever been to Bonnaroo? What is it that we have over here on the West Coast out in the desert? That is called Coachella. That's right. Well, what do you think about all these big outdoor concerts? They scare me, but some people love them. They get lost. They love getting lost in the community of people. Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you would like to sponsor the show, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. And there's the website, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. I kind of said that right. You can go there to find links to where to listen to the show in iTunes. And if you do that, make sure to subscribe to us in iTunes. You'll get the show as soon as I upload it. You can download when I upload. That sounds kind of kinky. And then there's also links to where to listen to us on SoundCloud, Spreaker, Stitcher. We're on YouTube, Yelp, Twitter. There's the Facebook page, too. That's Facebook.com/MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST. Like us on there, and when I post a new show, share it with your friends so more people find out about the show. There's also the blog, the Daily Podcast Picture, and the Amazon Deal of the Day. Click on that and buy something at a tremendous discount, and it helps support the show. All there, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Into an interview.
Hello?
Fredrik!
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Fredrik Solfors. Am I saying your name right?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
How do you say it?
Solfors.
Solfors?
Yeah, like, the Swedish chef. The Muppet Show.
So that's how you get Americans to talk your language.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's pretty accurate how it actually is supposed to sound.
Right. Yeah, the Henson Company, they're not dummies. They know how things sound. So they Solfors.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I had a Swedish lesson. So welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast, Fredrik.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
And you're the guitarist for KINETICS.
Yeah, I sing and play the guitar.
Now, wait, are you actually singing the song The Island?
Pardon?
Are you singing The Island on that song?
Yeah, that's me singing. That's correct.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And your English is fantastic. How is that possible? How come I can't speak any Swedish and you can speak English perfect? You must be brilliant.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's mostly because it's like American culture and British culture. It's like a tidal wave over us here, and we don't. They don't dub our movies over here, so we get a lot of English influence.
Ah, okay. So you're seeing like what's a movie like Superman, the Man of Steel movie?
Yeah,
you see that in English.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So if we weren't such dummies here and we're okay with what do you call it, subtitles, we could probably.
That's true.
But I'll tell you, I've watched Amelie about 1,000 times and I still don't know French, Fredrik.
No, but to be honest, I've studied English on a university level as well. So.
Ah, okay. Well, it's perfect, and your voice sounds great.
Thank you.
And this band sounds amazing.
Thank you very much.
The production, you guys do such clean. It's so clean. It's as clean as an IKEA. It is so clean.
Yeah. Now we're trying to, give it a dirtier edge because sometimes it's too clean. So we try to be a bit more lo-fi on these next recordings.
But it sounds like on the island. Just how do you? What's the recording process when you're producing an album?
The thing is that our keyboard player, he owns the studio that we record in, so he's the sound wizard. So he's very good at that, and he makes the magic happen.
And is that David?
That's David, correct?
David, and what's his last name?
Schagerström. It's even harder to pronounce than my.
Schagerström.
Yeah, that's correct.
I think we had a video game here in America called Schagerström.
Okay, I will inform him about that. So
it was a bunch of Vikings fighting each other. It was lasers. It was awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, he's got such an ear. It's amazing that I really, when I heard it, I'm like, wow, I like this sound that you guys are doing.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
So, well, how is the music scene in Sweden?
Well, compared to down in Europe, it's pretty. There's so little people here. We're only 9 million people here, so it's like a little pond with too many ducks in it because it's very hard to get your voice heard here because the competition is so hard and we haven't got that many radio stations. So it's pretty hard. You gotta fight for it.
Wow. Now, so like fighting, does that mean there's actual like blood and are there axes and?
No, not really. It's not that much bloodshed, but you have to send songs and send information to newspapers and do a lot of things to get recognized.
IKEA should have like a radio network that plays in all their stores where they feature Swedish, Danish music.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The founder of that company, he grew up not far from here, so maybe I should contact him and we can make a deal out of that.
Do you ever see him?
No, I've never seen him actually, but they say that he's there sometimes at the local store down in Älmhult, it's called.
Älmhult.
Yeah.
We eat, we'll go to IKEA here. There's an IKEA here in California. Oh, well, there's many IKEAs, but there's one, the one nearest to me is in the town of Oakland. And, and they also have the Swedish meatballs. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, do you like them?
Yeah. They're delicious with that and the lingonberry.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's big part of our culture here. The meatballs and the lingonsylt, as we call it.
Lingonsylt.
Sylt, yes, lingonsylt.
Lingonsylt. And there's a store when in the IKEA as you're leaving past the cash registers, and you're buying your tables or your drapes or chairs or whatever, and there's a place in the store where they're selling like salted fish, and it looks like stuff that came right out of Sweden.
Yeah, it might do. Here in Sweden, I think they sell cheap sausages, so people go there just to eat the cheap sausages sometimes. So,
and I've noticed too here in the IKEA that they're like trying to do special days. On Thursdays, you can have all-you-can-eat meatballs and that kind of thing.
That sounds like a good idea. We don't have that here in Sweden, as far as I know.
So you were on the German radio?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
And what was that like, being on a German radio?
He just wanted us to do a kind of presentation, but I did it in English because my German is not that good.
Oh, okay. So he spoke German, English, And you both spoke English together.
Yeah. I just recorded. It was like a presentation of our band, so I just did it by myself here. So it wasn't really an interview.
I see. Well, I saw that on your Facebook and I got all excited. What is your Facebook handle for KINETICS?
How it's handled?
Or what is the name? Like it's facebook.com/
Oh, what is it now? KINETICS Pop, I think, or KINETICS Sweden.
KINETICS Sweden. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
And people can check out. They should like your page and check out the videos and stuff you post on.
Yeah, we'd love if they did that. That would be great.
Your videos are amazing too. They're very clean and like just. I'm watching them going, wow.
Yeah, thank you. We try to do everything ourselves, from artwork to videos, because I like that about the the indie lo-fi bands. There's like a punk mentality to that, to be in charge of every aspect of the process of making things in a band.
So is there one guy in the band that does the directing and video, or the photographing and such?
Yeah, we try to incorporate to bring in friends that has good cameras, and we collaborate with them. So we try to do it ourselves.
What was the idea behind the video for The Island?
Well, that was our drummer, in fact, and one of his friends that did that. So I don't really know, because we had another setup. We had another idea for that video, but it turned out like that because that song is really about Australia. So
what?
It should be it should be a sunny movie, with laughter and people splashing around in the ocean, but. We thought we focused on the darker side. So
yeah,
it's dark and
it's dark.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, people can watch that video. That's on. Is it on YouTube?
Yes, it is, and
Vimeo.
Or how it's pronounced.
Vimeo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're on there.
And then what we're gonna play that song right now, "The Island." What was the inspiration for this song? You said Australia, but anything else?
Well, I've been to Australia 3 times, and if you live in Sweden, it's so gloomy. You get so depressed here because we only see the sun, a couple of times every winter. So every winter I long there because it's so carefree and the sun is shining. So that is more or less. The song is like a love relationship with, Australia is like a girl, and the Australian authorities are their overprotective father, in a sense. So, I mean, it's like courting a country.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's an interesting concept. Okay.
Yeah.
Courting a country.
Yeah, if you could do that, so.
Well, I hope you and Australia are very happy together.
Yeah. I hope so. We'd like to go there, and the U.S. as well, on a tour or something like that. So it would be a great way to spend the winter months.
Yeah, I've never been there. I'm close. Well, I think I'm closer to it than you are here in California, but it's still a very long flight from here.
Yeah, that is probably true. But the thing is that they always have summer when we have winter. So in that perspective, it's always good to go there when we have winter.
Well, let's play the song "The Island," and it is the group called KINETICS. It's not the KINETICS, it's just KINETICS, right?
KINETICS, yes, that's true.
KINETICS. We're speaking with Fredrik Solfors.
Yeah, that's good.
On Mike's Daily Podcast. presented by KINETICS as we go outside of the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Tomorrow, the finale of my interview with Fredrik of KINETICS.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And the picture today, you can see a picture of Fredrik, Jesper, David, and Daniel of KINETICS there at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST-MUsic-2-20-14.
Hey, Mike, I want you all to know that I found a sport you might like.
Really? What's it called?
It's called washing my car. Here, take this rag.
All right, I fell for that before. No more of your Karate Kid type teachings.
Wax on, wax off.
I won't do, although that sounds like fun. No, I won't be fooled again. The Who. So tomorrow we will have the finale of my interview with Fredrik Solfors of the band KINETICS, and I'm trying to get that Swedish accent going. It's fun. It makes, you know what my tongue is doing? My tongue is going, this is so much fun. This is more fun than French kissing Aaron Milligan back in high school. And you know, there was only that one time. But yeah, it really involves your tongue, the Swedish language. It's very interesting. Plus, we'll hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike, you should drink my delicious water root beer and eat it with a water cake. Oh, boy.
Oh, you just brought out a plate of water cake. Now, that wasn't a very good idea, was it?
In hindsight, no.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Oh, boy.